Fair use. Fair use.
Bravo 18. You sent me an 84. I have a male suspect that just shoplifted back in front of me, pulled a knife on me. He's currently westbound in the parking lot. I need an additional unit to Bravo 18 at 1650 West Valencia Road. We're going to be 1039. Bravo 18, copy. It's white male, flannel t-shirt, white hat. We're from a DD's discount. And Bravo 18, we're currently northbound on Oak Tree going towards the Lowe's. And Bravo 15 to 1U5. He's confronted by loss prevention. He pulled a knife on loss prevention while I was right there. And Bravo 18, we're on the east side of Lowe's in the parking lot, so just west of Oak Tree. Still going southbound. Not going to the store, sir.
Stop now. You need to
Not going to the store, sir.
stop now. You need to
Bravo 15. We have one gunshot victim. Officers are code 4. Bravo 15 is code 4 for meds to move in at this point. Bravo 15. I'll need units here. Code 3. We got a lot of people here. 10-4. Stand by just one. Is it okay for meds to move in? Is the scene secure? Yeah, scene's code 4. Meds to move in.
Wow. Shoot a guy in a wheelchair, man. In a freaking wheelchair. Back turned and all. I don't care what they say, what they try to say about this back to blue. This was not justified at all. It wasn't. I don't care what anybody says. You don't do stuff like that at all. Arizona cop is fired and faces criminal probe after he fatally shot motorized wheelchair man in back 9 times during armed robbery. A Tucson police officer has been fired after he pumped 9 bullets into the back of a man using a motorized wheelchair who allegedly stole a toolbox from Walmart, then brandished a knife at a store employee in the parking lot. Officer Ryan Remington was terminated Tuesday night for excessive use of force for killing Richard, 61. Tucson Police Chief Chris Magnus said. Magnus said he was deeply disturbed and troubled by Remington's actions, and the case is under review by the Pima County Attorney's Office. His use of deadly force in this incident is a clear violation of department policy and directly contradicts multiple aspects of our use of force training, Magnus said. Tucson Mayor Regina Romero said in a statement that Remington's actions were unconscionable and indefensible, and the county's attorney's office has her full support as it proceeds with its investigation. You can't justify that at all. You can't. There's nothing to justify. The man's support, even hearing the police officer talk, he sounds like he's slow, like he's mentally slow. Magnus said Remington, who has spent 4 years at the Tucson Police Department, was on special duty assignment, basically a security detail at the Walmart store in the Midvale Park shopping center on Monday night. Richards, who has been in a wheelchair bound since getting hip surgery, while in prison, allegedly stole a toolbox from Walmart and was confronted by Remington in the parking lot near a Lowe's entrance after a store employee reported the incident. All you had to do was talk this man down. That's all you had to do. All you had to do was talk this man down. He was in a wheelchair. Okay. Talk to him. Look, sir, I know you can't, you probably can't afford this. And I'm going to sound really cheesy right now. You know what, sir? Let me just buy you this toolbox. And we'll call it even, sir. All right? But you got to give me the knife. All right? You got to give me the knife, and I got to arrest you. I'm sorry, but I got to do this. All right? But at least you get a toolbox of your own. Okay? We'll call it even. But I got to arrest you because you did commit a crime. He was in a wheelchair. Getting away. Could easily have overpowered him to get that knife. A store employee reportedly caught up with Richards outside Lowe's around 9:30 p.m. and asked for a receipt for the toolbox. Richardson reportedly replied, "Here's your receipt," pulling out a knife. The male store employees also reported that Richards, "If you want me to put down the knife, you're going to have to shoot me." I also see the fact that, don't get me wrong, Richards put himself in this situation. Okay? Yes, he's in a wheelchair, but he pulled a knife on a store employee. I have to admit the fact that he had his part to play in this. All right? He wouldn't be stealing. None of this would have happened. He's a grown man and he's responsible for his actions. But the way, Remington handled this situation was just disgusting. The male store employee also reported that Richards said, "If you want me to put down the knife, you're going to have to shoot me." Remington then caught up with Richards in the parking lot and asked him to turn over the knife, but Richards refused. Walmart security footage shows Richards and Remington moving through the parking lot toward the garden center at Lowe's, authorities reported at a press conference. Remington was then assisted by Officer Stephanie Taylor and another male officer. Remington can be heard over body cam footage telling Richards, "Do not go into the store, sir." Taylor can also be heard yelling, "Stop now, you need to stop." At that moment, Remington's body cam footage showing him pulling out his gun and then firing his service weapon from behind until Richards slumps over and falls out of his chair. Magnus reported that Remington fired 9 times, hitting him in the back and side. You didn't have to shoot him. You didn't. Easily could have just ran up on him and take the knife out of his hand. Taylor can be heard saying she's going to get something while another male officer, who was not identified by the TPD, begins to handcuff Richards. Why are you handcuffing a dead body? He's been shot 9 times. Lowe's security footage shows 3 officers attending to Richards' wounds, but he was shortly declared dead at the scene. You think? It's like they have cabbage between their ears, I swear. Remington's lawyer, Mike Story, is now claiming his client had no non-lethal options. A statement. Really? He did have a taser, but in his mind, he couldn't use it because he didn't feel he had the proper spread to deploy. With the wheelchair behind him, and Richards' stories said. Richards has a long history of criminal activity, including a few prison stints. He has spent 10 years in state prison for attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, and resisting arrest. He returned to prison when he got his hip replacement in 2019 for transporting illegal immigrants not-for-profit in Nogales, Arizona. His lawyer claimed he has been in physical pain since the replacement, and that is why he's bound to a wheelchair. Look, the fact of the matter is the cop handled this extremely poorly. And they have to have police reform now. They do. They just need police reform. Things have to change. Things have to change. This is just complete stupidity. Just utter stupidity. Let me know what you think in the comments. How do you think this should have been handled? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.